Hey guys, it's Coach Cameron.
And Coach Dolan.
We're here with the third video of 3 working on our Thai pads and our heavy striking combos, okay? So we're going to be going on from our focus mitts that were just our punches, and we're going to be doing some of our unconventional striking, our elbows, our knees, and our hammer fists. Same thing. We can do the same punches that we were doing with focus mitts, but you got to make sure it's a little bit harder, a little bit slower, okay? So you got to make sure you're wearing boxing gloves, keeping your wrists safe. This is a little bit more imperative now that the Thai pads are a little bit heavier than the focus mitts are, okay? Once again, Coach Dolan is going to be showing us the self-defense aspects, and he's going to be doing it barehanded, but don't try this at home. Okay, Coach Dolan's going to show us our hammer fist techniques.
All right, so there's 2 types of basic hammer fist, the forward and the backward hammer fist. When we're performing these, I want you to imagine that your arm is essentially a big sword, okay? It's exactly the same as when I'm throwing my cross blocks or longer covering blocks. I'm hacking at my opponent's body, okay? So if his arm is out and I want to strike his guard down, I might hammer to the outside of his forearm and then follow up with a punch. If his arms are down, I might just hammer into the side of his neck using my ulna bone, or to his temple or his jaw using the soft portion of my fist. So the part of my body I use with my hammer fist will depend on range and depend on target. But I want to hit him with something between the base of my forearm on this bone and the end of my hammer fist here. I don't want to hit him with my fingertips. These don't really do much like this. I want to hit with this muscle or this bone. So from our fighting stance I already demonstrated, I'm going to throw my lead hand, my left forward hammer fist going this direction. I torque my hips and my shoulders and I drop my weight, nice, this way. Now you notice I'm covering the side of my head with this hand. One of the things that you need to keep in mind when throwing a hammer fist is that's going to take you from a squared fighting stance to a more bladed fighting stance. So I have to cover my jaw with my shoulder and my hand in case that other hand pops forward. Once I throw my first hammer fist, boom, I'm going to throw the back hammer fist by twisting the opposite direction and stepping and striking with this bone into that target. Nice! Here. And that's going to put me back into our normal squared stance. All right? Now, if I'm using the backhand, we just go opposite targets. So now I go with my right hand to his right hand. Nice! Notice I'm covering my head. Then my right hand to his left hand. Nice! Here. Once you get those down, you can do all 4 back to back. So I go left hand, nice! Nice! Then right hand, nice! Nice! Okay, go slow. Don't hit him super hard in the beginning. This can be a little shocking to your partner's shoulders and elbows. All right.
Okay, guys. So next one we're going to be working on is our slicing elbows, okay? These are power shots. This is what you're going to be doing in a lot of self-defense situations. Okay, elbows are very, very effective in street self-defense because they're a lot more powerful than your hand, okay? So if you hit somebody with an elbow, it's a lot harder than if you're going to hit somebody with a punch or your fist, okay? So, Coach Dolan's going to help us with our slicing elbows.
So when we're using a slicing elbow, the key word there is slicing. I'm using the hard end of my elbow here, the bone. I'm not hitting with the forearm. Sometimes that'll happen on accident if you're a little bit close, but ideally, I want to impact with this bone right here. If I hit somebody in the head with this, on top of doing damage to the structure of the jaw or the temple, I want to cut his face. If I can make the person bleed and it gets in their eyes, it makes it a little harder for them to see me. This is good news for me. So when I do my slashing elbow, my hands are up, I step forward, my elbow comes over the top of my head. Here, it's covering my face like this as I'm cutting. I'm not doing this here. So if I go here, exactly like with the straight punch, my chin's exposed, I get hit. So my elbow comes over the top of my eyebrow and I cut through, just like that hammer strike. I cut through like this with the elbow. I cut like this. So he holds it, I go, nice! This way, and I cut with the elbow. On the left side, I do the same thing. Nice! This way, using the sharp portion of the elbow. Once more, nice! Here, nice! This way. Don't forget to turn your waist, guys. This is not all arm. I want you to pretend that you're cutting his head in half, like your arm was a sword. I use that imagery a lot. Your arm is a sword. I'm cutting my target with the elbow.
Okay, so we were holding those just like we were with our focus mitts, right? We're putting that energy back into his arm so we're not hurting our shoulders by coming back super far, okay? So what we're going to be working on now is our straight knee. So for this one, it's very important to stay safe. What we're going to be doing is we're going to put this arm across your stomach, facing down, This one is going to come on top, facing forward, okay? This is our basic structure. The knee is gonna come right in between these two pads, okay? So, Coach Dolan, can you explain our straight knees?
So, from our fighting stance, we're going to use our back knee. The back knee is going to have a lot more power. Yeah, you can knee with the front leg, but it's not going to do as much and it requires a little bit more finesse. So we're going to focus on our back leg today. So from my fighting stance, I'm going to lift my knee up. I'm going to point my foot down and bend my leg. I'm not bringing my leg up straight like this because it's easier for him to see and it slows my leg down. I want to bend my knee this way and lift. You'll notice my body kind of rocks back. This helps stick that bone further up into his body. Depending on the target you're going for, you're going to do different kinds of damage, but I always want to go upwards, particularly if my opponent's upright and I'm a little further away. I can stick this knee right up between his legs, right up into the groin, into the pelvis. I want this knee coming up between his legs. If I'm really close to him, I might need to lean back and stick it out forward, but the rule remains the same about keeping that knee bent. I need to hit him with just the bone. Just like with the elbow, I'm hitting with just the bone. The knee is the same. So my upward knee is going to look like this. From the fighting stance, this way, and then back. Then back. If you want to practice your clinch, you can grab your partner's head, do the same thing. This way. Like that. Okay, so hit him with the bone, drive your knee up, keep your leg bent, and lean back a little bit.
Make sure you guys are keeping your head upright, especially when you guys are grabbing the back of the head. You have a tendency to go down and hold like this, okay? If you miss the pad, that knee's going straight into your face like it's designed to, okay? So make sure you keep your hips underneath your shoulders while holding and your back upright, okay? Next one we're going to be working on is our round kick, okay? So what you're going to be doing is facing completely 90 degrees from your opponent or from your partner. You're going to be holding both pads together like this. And with this one, what you're going to be wanting to do is sink your weight into each one, okay? These round kicks have a lot of power, especially with Coach Dolan, right? So we got to make sure we sink and we keep our arms straight, okay? Make sure that they don't come back and hit ourselves in the face. We sink our weight into each one of the kicks, okay? So, Coach Dolan, could you explain our round kick real quick?
Yeah. So, the round kick can be done with a variety of body parts. Right now, we're just going to focus on the shin. This is nature's baseball bat. It's one of the heaviest strikes you can throw. This bone is extremely dense and it's very long, so it's got a lot of room to travel. It's going to hit with a lot of authority. So my partner holds the pad like so. I'm going to do two things with my legs. The first one is I'm going to turn my foot out and pivot it. I want to wind up my leg like a spring, open up my hips. This makes it very easy for my body to swing around. If my toes are pointing this way and I kick, I'm fighting my own hips. This is super uncomfortable. Turn your foot out. Once my foot's turned out, my knee is going to lift up, almost like I was throwing a knee in this direction. And once my knee comes up, the leg is going to snap open, and I'm going to throw this hand backwards. The way it was explained to me once was imagine you have a palm full of rice or dirt, and when I throw this kick, I'm taking this rice and I'm chucking it behind my back. So he holds the pads out, I turn my foot, I have my dirt, I chuck it, and I whip my foot out. Try to impact with the shin bone. You'll catch it a little bit with the top of your foot, but don't develop the habit of kicking with this all the time because that can break a lot easier than your shin bone can. All right, we'll do this for you a few times. So from my stance, I open my foot and throw my rice. Okay? Now, for a little extra power, you can also add a step to this technique. So instead of just opening the foot and kicking, you can step to the side and then kick. It's slower, but it's more powerful. So be sure to set that up with your hands first. But play around with that.
Okay, so we're going to be adding all this together real quick. So we're going to go through our elbows, our hammer fists, and our round kicks, and our knees. Okay, so we're going to do a few combos. Let's go. And hammer fist. Double. Good. Round. Straight knee. Again. Round. Elbow. Elbow. Round. Knee. Very good job. Okay. Next we're going to be working on is using our kick pad effectively for our hard, powerful, straight, and round kicks.
Alright guys, we're going to move on to the use of the kicking shield. Alright, so first things first. My left hand is going to go through the strap in the kicking shield. My palm's going to be facing me. I'm going to grip the bottom handle like so. My right hand is going to slide underneath the back handle. And I'm going to grip it and turn my arm to the side like this. I'm going to hold it flat up against my body. Make sure that you don't put this against your face because this is going to be ricocheting back into you when he kicks it. So get your head up so it just locks into your chest. Alright, hug the bag nice and tight. When I face my partner for him to perform kicks, I take my left foot, I bend my front leg, I post up on this leg. Put your weight in it. If you lean back, he's going to slingshot you backward when he kicks it. So lean into this leg, place the bag over your chest, and lock it in. All right, so the first kick Cam's going to do is the snap kick.
Okay, so one of the most important parts of the snap kick is it's like a whip. Okay, it's fast, it's an effective one, but you're not really moving people back with this, okay? Imagine more of a knife as opposed to like a baseball bat, okay? So you're here, you're gonna bring this back leg up, chamber, and you're gonna curl your toes back and hit with the ball of the foot right into the middle of the bag, okay? This is a really good way to aim and make sure you're hitting your target on point, okay? This one can go to the chin, this one can go to the solar plexus, to the liver. You can even aim to the top of the knee with these front kicks. All of these work. So again, this is our fast snap kick. So okay. So variation of it is our push kick. This one's moving them back, making sure that we're pushing them out of our effective striking range, okay? So if they're coming into me, I don't want this, I'm keeping them away. So I'm going to slide up, I'm gonna make a T with my legs, and I'm gonna bring this knee up, okay? Pulling my toes back and pushing forward with my heel, okay? So what I'm imagining is I'm just putting my foot right here on the bag, and I'm pushing forward just like I'm breaking down a door. One more time, full speed, we slide up, knee up high, and boom. Again, you see how he moves back? Because we're pushing rather than penetrating. One more time. Okay, so that's our teep kick. Next we have is our side kicks, okay? So this is a little bit longer of a range. Same power, same idea. Thrusting, pushing back, okay? So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be standing kind of even, or both feet facing the same direction, and we're going to step right behind our foot. We're here, we come up, knee up high, and we're going to extend this leg out. Again, once again, driving with the heel, bending this knee as well, and we extend, moving back. All together, boom, bah, coming back, okay? Make sure you guys are kicking, then dropping, because if he doesn't move back, boom, right for the counter attack. So I'm here, I'm moving in, step behind, and then I'm coming right back to where I was. One more time. So, this can be done with the back leg as well. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come up with the knee, turn all the way the other direction, same idea, boom, and push. Full speed, coming up. It's a good way to fake it. You can fake the front kick, come in, boom. For that side kick, make sure your hands are up the whole time. Okay, one more time. Okay. Next one we're going to be working on is our round kicks, okay? These are for our legs as opposed to the stomach ones that we did for the Thai pads, okay? So first one we're doing.
So to grip the shield for this real quick, I'm going to transition my grip from the back of the bag to the top of the bag with my left hand. The right hand is just going to grip the shield like this, and I'm going to place it on the side of my leg, like this.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be aiming for the calf on this one, okay? This is to avoid mobility, to take away the mobility, and to make sure that we have a lot of their punching power is not generated from that leg anymore, because we're taking it out. So this one is coming up, and you're hitting with the shin, coming up. Slowly, same idea, we're stepping up, but instead of coming around, we're coming up with it. One more time. Okay, now we got that calf kick. We're coming up to our thigh kick, okay? So we're hitting right here in the middle, right between the knee and the hip with our shin. Okay, so this one, as opposed to coming up or straight around, is a crescent. It's gonna be coming up and then straight down onto the leg, okay? So we're here, we step, we come up, and we're gonna drop the shin right here on the side of the leg. Dead leg, okay? So here, one more time. Whoa. Now with the pad, we're here. Make sure you're coming up, drop the hip, turn it as far as you can. Ready? Okay. So those are some of the kicks that we're working on with our kicking pad. Coach Dolan?
Little quick tip, guys, if you're holding the pads for your partner while they're kicking, it's very important we don't damage our knee when our partner's throwing these leg kicks. Crucial that we do not lock out the front knee, okay? Now Cam's being nice, he's aiming for the muscle. If you want to be a little bit meaner, he might kick me right in the knee joint, particularly if I'm turned this way. And he can tear out the ligaments in your knee with this kick. It's a very hard kick. So, when I'm holding the pad, my knee is bent in the front, it's straight in the back. This leg's like a post, this leg is bent so the muscle hardens. I'm ready to absorb the impact. Okay? From there, I'm bracing the shield here, like this. Even when I'm holding the shield, the leg stays bent. If you feel that this kick rocks you and your knee straightens, tell your partner to stop real quick. Readjust, because sometimes we go a little nuts. You throw several kicks in a row, the knee can start to straighten out. Even with a pad in the way, we do not ever want this leg straight, okay? So keep it bent, lean into it, okay? Look how wide my legs are. That's what we want. We want strong leg in the front, brace against this pad, go slow and let your partner know if the kick's too hard or if your knee starts to buckle, readjust and hold this pad steady, okay? Alright guys, that completes our 3-part series on pad holding. If this is the first video you watched, go back and watch the other ones. I want you guys to be able to practice this at home and learn how to use this equipment for yourselves. If you have any comments or questions, contact us at North Orange County Martial Arts. Thank you very much.
Okay guys, make sure you stay safe, train hard, train smart, and we'll see you guys soon.
Alright, put in work!